Hi, my name's Dan Keane from Spitfire Audio. Today I've got a walkthrough of our newest originals library, Worley. A classic sound from the 1950s all the way through to the early 80s. This is an instrument that you'll have heard on countless records of the time. It's got a beautifully warm circuit to it, but it also has this bite that is just undeniable and cuts through a mix really, really well. This instrument was recorded by Sean Hargreaves at North 7 Studios and was actually part of our North 7 Vintage Keys library. Any customer of that library will get this as a free download. But because we've brought this into our Merlin engine, we've been able to do things with it that we wouldn't be able to do on the original. So on one side here, we've got our signal paths. On this left side, we've got the direct signal, which is just the output of the instrument. It's got a really lovely balanced sound there. Then we've got an amp here. This is the Ampeg B15. Lovely rich low end there. And then we've got the speakers that are built in to the instrument. Now, I'm lucky to have one of these at home, and there's something lovely about just being able to turn it on and instantly hear the sound of the instrument. This is a sound that I'm particularly familiar with. But because we have the opportunity here to mix and match our signals to our heart's content, we can, if we want, get a little bit more of that raw, direct signal and then bring in some of the mechanical noises that you'd have heard from the speakers. Working our way through the controls here, we've got our reverb. We've got our attack and release knobs. This wouldn't have been possible on the original instrument, but I love that we've got this because we can create almost a pad swell out of this. And the same goes for our release there. Another iconic feature of the Worley is our tremolo. So if I just turn up the depth to 100%, that affects how far in and out we get that tremolo. And then as I turn up the rate, that increases the speed. Almost sounds like a spring reverb. That's the kind of sound I'm used to, really. Now, this is one of 4 presets that come with this library. We've got the classic, which you just heard. This is mellow. And you're hearing a new signal here, which is the pad, which is taking those samples and then stretching them, mangling them. And of course, we can still apply our various attack, release, and tremolo controls. If I just bring the direct signal back in. Sounds great. Next, we've got our funky preset. And again, this introduces a new signal as well, which is our drive preset. If I just show you the drive on its own. Sounds so biting there. And if I now bring in the direct as well, you can hear the effect this has on the whole mix. So characterful. Now, of course, you would play not only kind of held sustained chords, but also more staccato notes. And I love that we've included this, which is some stabs, which are deliberately recorded to be short. And of course, on here, we also have our chorus control. We also have distortion. Really cuts through a mix there. And then finally, we have a high pass filter. Now, just going back to the classic sound, you might think, how would I put this into a mix? Well, one thing that I love doing is to layer it with our good friend Mrs. Mills' piano. This is the piano on its own. It's a very bright sound, but if we layer these together, just adds so much warmth and character to what was already a lovely piano sound. So there you go, you can check out Worley at the links down below. Thanks so much for watching, subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.